is there's nothing to do.
Yeah, that's when we first opened, we heard that a lot. We were like, we're so glad you're here. We've wanted someplace like this, which was actually a surprise once I kind of got into this area, because I'm like, there's all this other stuff that was already here. But it was hard, because they are, each place is very independent, that it's not always the easiest to market, like, here we are, here's what's going on. But with all of us together, we can say, yeah, here's everything going on in Lowertown. And we've seen a great response for that. People go, well, there's not just one place. It's, okay, I'm not just going to run down to the Bulldog and get out of town. There's a lot of other things to do.
So, actually, you're the kind of joint marketing, you're actually probably capturing more dollars back for local businesses as a result of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the biggest thing, is we all went into it realizing that in the long run, we're all going to benefit from it. Whatever event we do or whatever thing we get involved with, wherever we market, it may not initially be our normal clientele, but if we get a few extra people that hadn't heard about us, it's a benefit. It's great for everybody. So everyone really benefits from anybody we bring to Lowertown.
One of the other things that's sort of distinctive about each of the businesses that you talk about as a part of the district is that they're all entertainment venues that are on the ground floor of a building.
Yeah,
they're not up at the Skyway level. They're not in the middle of some complex somewhere. But they actually have a front door facing a street that you can get to, which hasn't been all of the development that's occurred within downtown.
No, and I think that's one of those things where it's just kind of, it's one of those weird things. None of us talked about it. Like, okay, we're all on street level. It's just kind of the way it happened. We've actually considered ourselves very, very lucky with the success we've already had with the Lowertown Entertainment District. The exposure we've gotten, it's all been very positive. Being involved to get in, being able to get involved with all these events, and it just kind of it's happened that way. And it's one of those things, with us being so diverse and where we're located, we didn't plan it, and it's amazing how it's worked out. And it really is a benefit because all of the people in this group have high visibility, high exposure. You can be seen from the street. I mean, you don't get that with everywhere. And eventually moving along the way they have designed a lot of Lowertown, it was, there needs to be some retail on some of the second floors, because there are a lot of different things going on in the buildings. Like in our building itself, we have Barrio, we have the Bulldog.
And just for people who don't know, this is the building. This is the building that's between Sibley and Wakota on 6th.
Yep, right on the corner of 6th and Wakota, right there across from Mears Park.
Right.
And then we've got office all above us on the next 2-3 floors. So there's a lot of buildings that are being used, but I think, eventually, they're talking about on the other side of Wakota, looking for another restaurant to go on that right by Trattoria. We'd love to see more stuff come down. We'd also like to see more retail come to the area.
Well, and actually, that was part of the vision for a number of those buildings. With unfortunately the sort of the condo bust happened. Over the course of the last 3 years. So it's definitely slowed the marketing of a lot of the space that's there, right?
But there hasn't been a lot of marketing about the area and what's available, and that's where we decided we need to pick it up to make sure that people know we're here.
If you're just joining us, we're talking with Marc Dickhut. He is with the Lowertown Entertainment District, which is a group of independent entertainment businesses in Lowertown. They're looking to try to promote Lowertown as a destination, as well as support independent businesses in the community. If you want more information about what they do and about events that are going on in the entertainment district, you can go to their website, which is lowertowned.com. And we have that for you here on the program as we continue the conversation with Marc on this edition of the St. Paul Forum. So in some respects, you guys are still pioneers, it seems to me, because there is still a good amount of space that could be rehabilitated.
Absolutely.
Amongst the buildings that are there. There's you actually see some vacant storefronts at the ground level. So it is still very much in its infancy.
Oh, very much so. And we've already been approached by other people in the area that want to get involved. What do we need to do? And we're like, okay, we're still trying to define what we are. Because obviously this is still very new. And coming into starting here in 2010, we need to look at, okay, what do we do to add people in? You know, what really is, we're still trying to think, what is Lowertown? What does that encompass? You know, who can we have be involved to help push this thing and keep going? You know, we'd love more and more people to be, you know, involved in this and really help push this area and let people know how much there is to do here.
Well, part of this is necessary too. Is you have to have some sort of coordination of side events that occur too, right?
Yeah.
So the festivals that occur over the course of the summer
Yeah.
have been important for a lot of
Yeah.
exposure.
Huge exposure for
The
us.
Criterion that occurred, the concrete and
Yeah, we had
grass
concrete and
fest,
grass, the
festival.
Jazz Fest.
Or even just Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, that
which,
was amazing.
Which you know, wasn't strictly speaking right nearby, but you know, for the 6 weeks or so that it was there on the river, you had 400 people after a night of entertainment looking for something to do.
Oh yeah, before and after, it was amazing. We'd get, you know, a huge dinner rush before Cirque du Soleil, people coming after. We even saw a lot of the performers coming in, you know, that were in the area, which was great to see. So, you know, stuff like that is great. Same with the Saints. You know, the St. Paul Saints are talking about hopefully coming to the area and just kind of feeling that out. We'd love to have that in this area. We've been talking with them as well, that as much as it'd be great for them, because where they are now, you know, there's not a ton of stuff about them. They're kind of by themselves. They'd love to have stuff around them, and we'd love to have the Saints in Lowertown. That would be great. You know, you look at how much that is, and it's just, it kind of fits the feeling of, it's very independent. You know, it's a family. People forget it's family oriented, and all of our places are very, very different.
But part of the idea is that people could actually make a day of it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It helps them. It helps us. So we would love to see something like that come to Lowertown. You know, everything. It's just going to help the area more and more.
What will light rail do? I mean, is that going to disrupt things, or there's going to be some change that occurs.
There's going to be a lot of change. We've just begun discussions with the city and how this is going to work and different things, and it really is, that alone is going to change the makeup of Lowertown.
But for the businesses that are along Fourth,
yeah,
the next 4 years are going to be very, very challenging, aren't they?
Yes, I think they already are challenging. You know, you're seeing some of the prep work, and that's one
like
of the things that's going
Senior Wong's,
Senior Wong.
Station 4.
Yes.
But Senior Wong's is right actually near where the utility prep work is happening right now on 4th and Robert.
And that's one of the things is, you know, they're obviously, they have some concerns. They really do. And instead of just them being, yeah, we have the concerns, we're in trouble, we're like, okay, let's all of us, let's go talk about what's going on. Let's help find a solution where we want Senior Wong to be doing well too. You know, it's not like they're just stuck off by themselves, and that's what helps with this group. It's actually, it's more than just one person going, hey, this doesn't work for me. It's like, no, this isn't working for us. Let's find a solution so this can be easier. And that's one of the things that Sun has actually said from Senior Wong. It's like, you know, I've seen what's happened with our street being closed off and the access to our restaurant. Let's get on this now, so when they keep moving on down the street, we can make it better for all the business. And the city has actually approached like, okay, you tell us what can we do to make this work, which has been great, because they know, you know, and that's one of the things is getting us out there. People know, okay, there's a group of people we can go talk to and say, okay, the Lowertown Entertainment District, it's all of you. Let's talk to you about, you know, you're in Lowertown, you know what's going on. Tell us what's going to work and try and find a solution, which has been great that they've come to us that way.